Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melena Landrio, and on April 13th, I received a channeled message from what I'm perceiving to be a girl named Isabel. However, the name can be placed wherever you feel it fits, but I am getting this strong inclination that this is her name. I began receiving a dull kind of headache that morning, in the late morning, early afternoon. And I decided to go and lie down to rest a little bit, that maybe there was something more to it. And sure enough, as soon as I rested my head down, the headache alleviated itself. So there is potential that a headache or lethargy could be significant to this download. I started to envision a little girl coming towards me, and she was holding her stomach. And she was, as I looked at her, she had really tired appearance about her. And as she got closer, I realized she had extremely dark circles under her eyes. She had a nose that was straight and narrow, kind of petite. My perception of her hair was that it looked ashy blonde and it was frizzy. So the hair type to me, if you were to put color in it, could pull gold. So in the summer months, there could be a golden hue underneath the ends of her hair. I also believe that in rainy weather or humid weather, her hair becomes frizzy because it's likely a wavy or curly hair type. And I'm also understanding, as the information comes forward, that she started to maybe, like her hair was very thick, but maybe she started losing more hair than usual. And this is like over a short period of time. And she's showing me that she's wearing her hair in two braids, but the braids at the back connect into one braid. So either the braid is, as it gets to the base, becomes one, or they take both braids and place an elastic around it to hold them together at the back. I'm also seeing her wearing what I would describe as a kerchief in her hair, which, if I were to put one in, I would place it in to keep my hair off my face or keep the fuzzies off my face. But I'm also understanding that it's significant to her culture, and I'm also getting strong Ukrainian type vibration. Although I don't believe she is necessarily born in Ukraine. Maybe she is, though. So place this how it's fitting. And then I heard like this emphasized, ow, my stomach. And these stomach pains seem very urgent, and she looks very unwell. She looks very sick. And then I heard this song that I've heard the rhythm of it before, but I haven't actually listened to it or knew who the artist was. So I had to try to figure it out. And it turns out that the song is by somebody named Jack Harlow. And it's the song Loving on Me came into my mind, this song. And usually when I get songs in my mind, I tend to go and I look up the song and I glance through the lyrics, because sometimes certain lyrics will emphasize outward towards me. Spirit really indicates to me specific lyrics within a song. And so I looked at the song, and as I started to look at the lyrics, the first lyric that I saw was, I'm vanilla baby, I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer baby. And as soon as I wrote that down, my phone immediately shut off, and I received like goosebumps on my entire upper body as a confirmation that that was all I needed to know from the lyrics of that song. Because when I interpret what I was feeling and experiencing with this little girl that I believe her name could be Isabel, and then hear a song and see lyrics like that, it doesn't really quite fit together. And because I have underlining trauma in my existence, it really sets alarms and red flags for me. I'm sure it would for most people, but because there's a significant imprint within my cellular bodies, it really alleviates and heightens for me when certain circumstances come into play. So Spirit wanted to just make it very clear and shut the lyrics down as soon as I got the right wording. And so the wording was, I'm vanilla baby, I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer baby. Now, I just feel like this is significant of maybe somebody's interest in whatever this situation is unfolding to be. And I'm just going to forewarn everybody, there's a trigger warning on this. Almost like is it complacent, or like they don't take ownership of their behavior, that maybe they've hurt somebody but they didn't kill them, so it doesn't matter, is significant. Or like that's the vibe that I feel like they're telling themselves to make it, whatever has occurred, okay. Anyways, so then as I do my channeled messages, I usually record them and then later I write them out for these types of videos. And I pause the video, and the pause timer was significant. It was 2:11:99, and I just felt really drawn to showcase that 9 plus 2 is 11, and there's 2 9s and there's 1 2, so just 2 11s. There's also an 11 in the center of this equation. And then if you were to place 9 plus 1, that would equal 10. Times 2 would be 20. These numbers might be significant. Also the months February, September, and November. So I'm getting February, potentially February, maybe the 2nd, September the 9th, or November the 11th, or maybe maybe just the months, or maybe just the numbers are significant. So I just needed to say that, bring awareness to that. And Spirit also brought awareness to me that before this little girl showed up, I was thinking about, like it was just brought into my attention about somebody that I had utilized to make me and my family quilts or blankets. And it was also brought to my awareness that there was some form of discourse within this union. This is what Spirit's indicating to me. Numbers 244 could be significant. And then this, like, Spirit allowed me to experience this uneasiness in the authenticity, that perhaps there was a hidden agenda. So, this got me thinking, like, we meet people on regular bases, and sometimes people extend themselves out to meet the needs that we have with an ulterior motive. And I'm just reminded of this, that there are many people in the world that will do this. And then I also started thinking about voodoo dolls for whatever reason. And I had a glimpse of this young girl who may be, looking at her, she looks maybe between 6 and 9 years old, maybe. In her appearance, like just the look of her. But the size of her looks like she could be anywhere between 6 and 9 years old. But the appearance of her expresses that she's older. And then I started thinking that maybe she's malnourished or that something fishy was going on. And then the word poison came to my mind. And that I thought maybe somebody had poisoned her food. And just the only reason why I believe that was brought into my awareness, or spirit allowed me to perceive that, was because it's her stomach that hurts. And it looks as though she is malnourished or she's sickly. Like the dark circles under her eyes are just not normal. It's of somebody who's sick. And now I'm seeing and I'm thinking about somebody that may have crushed glass. And it feels like this girl has ingested it. Like there's potentially blood coming up. Like maybe she's coughing up blood. I don't know why she's even like ingesting glass. This is not making sense to me. Like, why would this little girl be ingesting this, right? Why is somebody preparing something, or just like why is this? Like I kept asking why is this, like why am I seeing this? I just couldn't understand why she'd be eating glass. Like, and she's a little girl, so somebody's obviously preparing something for her. Like I don't think she's going out of her way to do that, right? And then I just don't understand why someone would even, and then I think about the other side of it, like why would somebody do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. I cannot comprehend this. So I came to this after deciphering this in my mind, like why would all the different venues of why this, and none of it, like I couldn't get any answer to why. So I asked spirit why and whom, and I got envy and jealousy. An adult is feeling this way towards a young girl. And then I heard aunt, someone's aunt. That this aunt is giving this to her in secret, in little amounts. And then I asked about the energy, if it was current. And I felt like I heard yes, but then I also heard past tense. And I try not to get conflicted when I get information like that, although it's very easy for me to sit there and overanalyze the experience. Because what I'm understanding is that it could still be current energy, but it could have also occurred before, leading to this situation, which, I mean, it creates, again, conflict with what I am perceiving in my message, right? So I'm seeing this little girl, which I'm perceiving as she's coming forward to show me herself. But again, this is all perception and understanding as a medium, based on my own personal experiences. So spirit is going to try to create this understanding of something in the best way they know how. So I try to get out of my way when it comes to this, because I can have the assumption, because somebody's coming to me, that they must be deceased. But this is not always the case. So this is what I must keep in mind here, because there could be potential that this is somebody that is undergoing this right now, or this is something that could be coming, like starting to become a situation, or this could be something that has occurred and the child has deceased. So this is why I'm trying to be mindful as I'm giving out this message, okay? as I said, it was very triggering. As a mother myself, it's not something anybody wants to hear or experience. So I started seeing this mortar and pestle, and it was this gray rock type material. And what I understand is this woman is adding it to her lunches. And then I asked, why is she watching this girl? And then what was very significant here was a specific sequence of numbers flashed in my mind's eye. So the number 5, the number 44, and 49. Now, when I saw the numbers, the way they arrived was they flashed at me, and it was almost like they got pulled away from me, and it was so fast that I kind of like almost missed it. So I do believe that's the right sequence, but the number 49, if these numbers resonate with you, but the number 49 is off, it's actually 59, then 59 is the actual number, if that makes sense. The numbers I feel like I saw were 5, 44, and 49, but then I also thought 49 could be 59, just how fast it went by. So just place that where it fits. And then the movie Encanto came to mind, and I don't know why, but I don't know if I remember the little girl's name at this time when I was getting the download, but the way that they called the little girl, like in the movie, I'm hearing it shouting like the movie Encanto. So it's like, Isabella. Except it's not Isabella, it's Isabel. I understand. And now I also got another name, which I am not going to relay. But if I understand this person might have seen me on social media, maybe they follow me, or maybe we're friends. I don't think we're friends though. If this video is resonating with you, you're going to know it. And by all means, you're welcome to message me in regards to it. And I could confirm that, not the name to you, but I could confirm if it is you. If I respond, I will only respond to the person whose name it is. So if you message me and I do not respond to you, it's likely that it is not you. If that makes sense. I might regret putting that out there, but anywho. I could essentially say the initial P might be significant. And I understand this could be a daughter, and that the sister-in-law is causing grief. And also earlier in the message, I remember seeing at this point of my message in the recording 1939. So that could be of significant as well, as it came into my head earlier. And then the numbers 11, 19, 19, and 94 could be significant. And that's essentially the channeled part of the message. So I am going to pull out some cards now to get a deeper introspect to this download, this channeled message, to just see if anything more needs to be expressed, or just to confirm what's going on. So we're doing this message for the young girl Isabel that came into my vision. Well, that's too many. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to take these. If they want to come out again, they can. What do I need to know? this was already out here in my deck. Okay. We'll just take the first two cards. So the first two cards was the Lover and the Page of Cups. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so the Lovers being, what I'm getting from this is the current situation is about a relationship. It's about a deep connection between a mother and a daughter, and a mother and a child. I don't want to limit it to daughter because although the name Isabel is what came up and makes me think it's a girl, I also could be getting the mother's name, and it could be maybe a son. So you could place this how this fits with you. But what I'm getting is that there is a deep divine connection. There is a connection of a mother and a child. And there's a perception here that's off. But I don't feel like it's the mother that's off. You could see how this angelic being is looking down at the lovers here. And although like an angelic being usually bestows a lot of beauty and harmony to me, for whatever reason, the way this face is looking down upon this union, it's like showing me jealousy and greed, like a deep desire of want of what this experience is. And there's a child with a fishy cup here. This is a Page of Cups. This is an emotional sensitivity. This is making me think that maybe somebody couldn't have children. Maybe somebody really aspired to have children and just was not able to, for whatever reason, on their pathway, it just wasn't coming up for them. And perhaps they were witnessing this beautiful relationship between a mother and a child that, I feel like this relationship, was just like, it was just very nourishing, and it was growing, and it was like adventurous, and just lots of learning from the earth and exploring the world is what I'm kind of feeling from it. It was like two peas in a pod kind of experience. So anyways, when I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the fishy cups as the energy that's immediately within the circumstance, like it's influencing it. And then I'm seeing this angel, which the way this angel is looking at me, I'm not really seeing it as an angel. There's some form of discord here in the way that they're viewing this couple. It's like an illusion that this is another thing that kind of came up too in another download around the same time as this one was our RAS system in our brain, our reticulating activating system, which essentially is responsible to what it does is like when you see somebody and however you perceive them, until the next time you see them, that is always how they're going to be in your brain, because that's how the reticulating activating system works. Is it takes a picture of a moment, of an experience, and it relays it as the truth for you. And so it's so easy for us to be swayed in these ideas and these notions when we might see something that we don't quite understand or we don't have a grasp of, but we have an understanding of how we feel inside when we see it. And when we place that picture of something, it becomes this target or this is it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I feel like this person has potentially had an experience that they've activated as the truth of something. And whenever they see this type of relationship that has a strong bond, that has, everything that they wanted with being a mother, perhaps, or having a close relationship with their child, I feel like it was just very triggering, and hence the child with the fishy cup. Like, it's nothing is as it seems. So maybe the current situation is this angel came up, is showing up as an angel, but really had an ulterior motive. And so that's kind of what I'm getting by these two cards here. Up top, we have the Magician. And this is just verifying for me magic. Like, there might be something more to the relationship that isn't being seen by the naked eye. There is an ulterior motive. Like, there's again the same type of shifty energy that I'm seeing here as I see here or feel or experience when looking at the card, which is not my usual experience looking at the card. So with focused intention and resourcefulness, this person or this angel, wolf in sheep's clothing, let's just say, is coming across as somebody resourceful, but they have focused action behind this resourcefulness. And they're manipulating or they're being deceptive. There's an intention and it's focused here. And that's what I'm getting by this Magician card. And we have the Ten of Swords. And this being placed in the... Oh, sorry, this is an Eight of Swords. This being placed in the position of goal. And I feel like that's exactly it. The goal was to place them in uncertainty and overwhelm, like a restraint in an experience. So maybe this magician, who is an immediate influence of the circumstance here, maybe they are the wolf in sheep's clothing, and maybe they now, like, let's just say this is entertaining, like placing this person in a restraining kind of energy, creating anxiety, maybe overwhelm, maybe through magic, to be able to fulfill some form of agenda. When I think about this card, the word conscientious comes to mind, which, it's practicing with careful consideration, right? If they have an agenda, they're going to want to place full attention and detail in each decision and action that they make to try to fulfill this opportunity that they're wishing to release based on potentially a mental situation going on here, a mental instability. The Six of Coins is telling me, the Six of Pentacles, Six of Coins, Six of Pentacles. That's telling me that there's been an exchange of money, So maybe she was paid to watch her child. Maybe this mother was overwhelmed and, dealing with a lot. Maybe she's a single mom. And maybe she's dealing with a lot. Or maybe it's a couple, and maybe I really just get emphasis on a mother, not really a father energy there. So I do believe that it could be, if not a single mom, a mom that does everything pretty much by herself. So with the Six of Pentacles, this is like fairness. This is a give and take, right? It's a financial help. So it's like somehow giving her some form of like resource to help her. So if she's in overwhelm, she doesn't have a lot of help, this mother, she would be looking out at an extension in her life. So whether she is a married woman with a husband who is not really present, or she's a single mom and this woman being a sister-in-law, which is why I think there is a husband, but I don't feel like he is in the picture or as present in the situation. Or it's not a sister-in-law at all. It's somebody that just is perceived as that. Maybe it's a friend that's just close that they just... But that doesn't make sense with the sister-in-law part. But anywho, there is some form of relationship where the person is a sister-in-law, which is what's coming up in the channel message. So I'm going to leave it at that. There's an exchange of money. So maybe she's been hired to watch her child for her. Maybe she trusts her. She's formulated a bond with this woman. This woman was trusted. That's what I'm getting by there. And that is... this is in the distant past. She has trusted her before. Or sorry, this is the recent past. She has trusted her before. And here is the distant past. Or the future influence, sorry. Which is the Seven of Swords. Which is sneaky and deceptive. Trying to get away with something. Self-serving. Not really conforming to this notion of what has really occurred. Like if some foul play has occurred, and let's say somebody has passed away, this person is playing this role like they had no part in it. But I feel like there was a dishonest situation here, and it was a very cunning approach. There's something just really strategic about this whole, and this is verifying the message for me. I'm just gonna move this box here so you can see that I'm pulling up these cards. Now, when I placed these cards down, as this card flipped out, there was this card already flipped over in my deck, which is why I placed this one down first, because I knew that was the position it was going to be, because I saw this one first flipped over, which would be my next card to place down. So in case you watched me do that, this is why I did that. So here in the present position here, I'm just hoping you can see that. This is the present positioning of the person in question, which to me is the ant that is coming up. And this is, the word strategic just keeps coming out. Like there's waiting for her ships to come in. So she's expecting, like maybe this person is now sitting in fear or anxiety or some form of preparation for what could lie ahead. But I also feel like this could be for the mother. I feel like she's been put in this Eight of Swords predicament for far too long. And let's say that you're the mother and you did lose a child, and maybe these symptoms, everything I'm saying, is resonating with you, and you're kind of in this rut. Like, you could potentially, if this person is still in your life, you could potentially be undergoing spell work to contain you in this type of experience, because I don't feel like this is your natural state of existence. I feel like you are very adventurous, you're very explorative, you are very intuitive. I feel like you are gifted with gifts. I feel like you have shone really brightly in people's lives, especially if you have lost your child, especially when your daughter was with you. And I feel like your whole world got rocked, and this woman is at the center of it. But she's acting like she is your rock. She's acting like she's the one who's helping you through it, because for whatever reason this was not detected. But I'm being shown a little girl who has been fed a form of substance which appears to be like really it's broken glass, like glass that's been really grinded down and placed into her food in moments where you've trusted this person. This is what I'm understanding. And the environment here is, here, I'll put this up here, the Hierophant. And I think that this is just it. Oh, this is not the Hierophant. I saw this as the Hierophant. Why am I seeing different cards in my brain when I'm picking them up? I guess they look kind of the same. Yeah, so the current energy in the environment that's influencing is this authoritative positioning that this person has put themselves into in your life. It's like they've made it so that you feel like you cannot make decisions, that you need help existing, and they are ensuring that it continues that way because they're, for whatever reason, getting something from this situation, from this Six of Pentacles exchange, this give or take experience of something. And I feel like it's a very sick and twisted dynamic is what I'm understanding. And you're being like an emperor, you're being taken over. Like, they're trying to conquer you. They're trying to conquer you in your personal power. This is the energy in the environment. So the energy being of an emperor is powerful. It's disciplined, it's competent, it's protective. So this is the type of energy that is surrounding you. A powerful person protecting you, disciplining you. They're trying to be the logical being in your life, but they're also controlling, and they're rigid. They're controlling circumstances and rigidness to create this this delusional storyline that they've told themselves about the situation to make it okay and not their responsibility. There's a mental component here with this person. They have a problem, not the mother, the aunt that did this to the child. Okay? There's some sort of component going on here. And then we have here the High Priestess. And this is like the inner emotions. The High Priestess is an intuition, has a very deep wisdom and very deep intuition. And this is the mother. This is the mother. The mother is a High Priestess. The mother is somebody who has purpose here. I know for certain this is the case. I don't know this woman, but I understand she might know who I am. Or I understand there could be something there. That's why I'm getting the message. So you are a High Priestess, and you stopped trusting your intuition because you didn't know what happened to your daughter, or what happened to the circumstance. You didn't know, and you felt that was because you weren't powerful. You allowed that to project this pain, and this experience projected that you were the result, because this person that came into your life was manipulating you to believe that, and they weren't helping you out of the circumstance of this belief that you were shaming yourself, that you were living in this fear that it could have been your fault because you couldn't do anything more. There was something that occurred here, in your moment of grieving, in your moment of trying to comprehend what has occurred, that conflicted the actual existence of what happened. And this is what I'm being told. That you've lost the inner ability to introspect. Like, you feel like you've lost all of it, like this gift that you once had to be all this is now vanished because your child is gone. And I could definitely understand I can't understand the experience. I cannot imagine what you've been through, but I can understand being in so much pain that you blame yourself for it and that you punish yourself, because that's what we do as humans, right? When we can't make sense of something, especially as moms, we tend to do this. So it's extremely important, I'm being told, that you understand that once this person is ejected from your environment, from your life, once you get them out of your energy, you will gain strength beyond measures. You will start to see the reality of what has been going on there, and you need to speak with God and speak with your angels to alleviate this situation, to have and gain your clarity once again, because you do have intuition about it. Your intuition was telling you something was off, and you instead of getting calm, you allowed somebody to enter. And I'm being showed, like, myself, like when I'm trying to work and connect, I have 4 kids and my children get loud, and sometimes I find it difficult to concentrate when it's loud, especially when I feel like I'm getting this download. But that's not the case, right? I could get the download regardless of the loudness and stuff. But what I'm understanding is there a correlation here. In your calmness, this woman came in and got loud. It was like interfering in manipulative tactics to try to gain your trust and to try to take over the situation and make you feel like you could surrender into somebody else's arms and cry and be grieving there. But when in reality, as a high priestess, you really needed to go into hermit mode. You needed to be able to decipher how you were feeling about the experience in your own way, and somebody instead took it upon themselves to project it upon you. And you got confused in this experience, and you're probably sitting in a place, I understand, of going back and forth and blaming yourself. And this is not the case. You shouldn't be doing this. This is what I'm understanding. 2 cards flipped out for the final positioning, and it's the Ace of Swords and the Empress. And this is the truth. And this is the truth. This woman is seeing that you have a shine to you, that you have brightness to you, that you have expansion to you. And this woman went out of her way to take that brightness from you the best she can. There was some form of attachment, some form of struggle in this woman's mind that made her believe whatever she believed to do, what she was doing was okay to do, and it wasn't. And I think if you were to investigate this further, if you did lose your child, if there is a possibility of you being able to open up an investigation on it, you might find information that wasn't really looked at or explored before. And that's what I'm understanding. So, to the mother, this message is for you, your daughter, or I feel it's your daughter, if she has passed. And this is resonating with you. Your daughter is holding space for you. You feel her. She's around you, but you've desensitized yourself and pushed it away as a punishment. And your daughter wants you, she says, to wake up. it's a dream. It's a casted spell. And she says, and you can do this. You have the strength within you to proclaim your life again. And I get the sense she also wants me to pull from this deck of mine. And this deck was given to me by a loved one. It's the Blue Angel Oracle. I've never used this deck yet. I was waiting for, I knew there was going to be a specific time where I would use it. And this is today. And so what I'm understanding is there is a purpose for you, Mom, the mother of this story. And because of the position that you've been placed in, you're not fully able to see it. Somebody is trying to stifle you from seeing it. And your daughter wants you to know that you and she will always be forever in your light as you are in hers. This is a beautiful depiction of a golden pathway through deep emotions and experience. This is just showing me profound medicine in the grief that we experience in our lives, through the emotions that carry us through it, and the dives and the ups that we experience, and the illuminations of the existence of being alive, and the depth of what that feels like when the perception is the light's been turned out. And what your daughter wants you to know is that you are forever in her light, and she is forever in yours. And she is trying to illuminate the way for you to come back to yourself, because you have not been yourself since she's left. And she wants you so desperately to get back to yourself and live the life you're here to live. She is with you in spirit. She is with you by your side. She wants you to know she is lighting you up. She's just waiting for you to wake up from this nightmare. And she may not be here the way that you see her, that you've known her, but she is here in a way that now will illuminate inside of you and guide you further in your pathway. This is the first message. And another card that came out is Shambhala. And I'm going to have to look up this card here. What I'm getting looking at the pictures, though, is just all these really intricate and beautiful spaces where you can evolve and entertain to create a depth of beauty that you're here to bring to this earth. This is what I'm understanding by this picture, but let me look up what Shambhala means, and I'll read it. It's number 2. So it's saying, it's Shambhala, the golden age. You are entering a period of creativity and abundance, and this card signifies a golden future is soon to unfold. Hence this forever in my light card. This really shows me that it's illuminating for a purpose here that is going to lead you now, I'm understanding, into some creativity and abundance. This card signifies a golden future is soon to unfold. You'll have many wonderful experiences accompanied by feelings of deep fulfillment and peace. This is a creative and productive time through which you express and manifest your inner vision. Stay focused on your dreams and they will manifest. You shall feel inspired, and your positive energy will inspire others. Express the love and creativity within your heart, and you will experience great joy. At times it will seem as though heaven has truly descended upon earth. And it says, my soul is a sacred space through which I create endless abundance. My thoughts and ideas are unrestricted by time or space. I feel like you are a very creative woman. I feel like you have a lot of high potential, and you have a deep connection with your daughter. And from what I'm feeling and experiencing in this message, that connection still exists. So if this message resonates with you, my deepest condolences for the loss of your child. And if this message resonates with you in other ways, as a warning, as an understanding, I hope that you were able to collect what was needed for you to gain insight into solutions for moving forward. Because I do understand this message is specifically for somebody, but I also understand it could be also awarenesses for other. So to the mom, I offer you much blessings and love that you can, as your daughter placed it or stated it, that you could wake up from this and remove this energy from your existence that's plaguing you, this person, and start to put one foot in front of the other. And I hear also there's people that you've pushed away because of this woman. And some of these people might not be as toxic as you were led to believe. And I think you understand that, or you will understand that. And I just want you to sit with that and just try to allow the light of who your daughter was to continue to shine within you. And once you get this person out of your space where you can collect who you are and how you feel about the circumstances, you might find that you're going to gain your energy back. And I do encourage you to converse with God and the angels and your spirit guides and your team. They're here to help you, alleviate you, ask for them to help you heal, help you see the truth of this message, the truth of this experience in your life. And I just hope that the truth rises for you as the Ace of Swords and the Empress rose. This tells me you're rising into the truth of it, and you will succeed. Until next time, take care.